And good design is something that you almost don't see, you don't notice because it's so good. You notice it when it's bad. It's really, really fun to be doing more and more custom pieces, more custom furniture, more custom art, more custom lighting, almost anything for our projects. I really, really enjoy that part of design because I just really like creating a fully custom space where when you walk into a space, there's almost nothing, admittedly, that's bought off the shelf. I don't know, I really enjoy that level of design and detail and finishing. Just to update you guys, so we are here with one of our custom furniture manufacturers that we work with all the time. They do beautiful, beautiful custom furniture, a lot for hospitality, so a lot for restaurants, chairs, banquettes, tables, all that kind of stuff. Karina and I have designed a custom dining chair that we're using in a residential project. So that's what we are talking to Robert about today. The idea is to have a nice dining chair with a tall back, not quite this tall because I think this would be overwhelming in the space, and a chair that's quite elegant. What is a typical, an average chair back?
For residential?
Yeah.
Dining?
Yeah.
Medium to medium tall would be 36, tall would be 39. I'm going to bring another chair out here.
Yes, please.
It's normal in all respects.
Okay, totally.
It's normal height, normal width at the front, normal width at the back.
Yeah, so this is 36. I'm happy that you brought this out because this guy feels a little chunky for what we want to do. Like, I think we go to 46 as the top of the back. We want a little bit of a taper as we get to the top. So if the top is 15 wide, frame.
Okay.
Anywhere you see a square edge, there's a radius to this. Like here and here, I think that would be great. Envision this is that you would also see a little bit of wood before the upholstery started.
Yeah, we can do that.
So it was fun today to go and talk to the furniture manufacturer about all the different proportions and scale and materials and sizes and measurements, especially when you're designing something like a chair. Any kind of furniture is difficult to design because as a person you have such an intimate relationship with that piece of furniture. How comfortable is it to sit in it? How does your back feel? What size is it in comparison to your body? How high do you want the back? Do your feet touch the ground? I mean, these are all the things that you as a designer think about, which the average person, when they go to sit in a chair, they don't think about that at all. They just notice if it's not comfortable. So often that's the thing with good design. Good design is something that you almost don't see, you don't notice because it's so good. You notice it when it's bad. I jumped into a meeting with Paula and Kat for 88 Mekong. That is the Vietnamese and Thai restaurant that we're designing for our crazy Creekside client. That was one of the reasons why I was in Bangkok and in Singapore and in Vietnam, was to do research for this restaurant and for this client. But we're just kicking off design now and we're starting to see the design take shape, and it's really, really fun, and the team is doing such a great job. Something that's jumping out to me about the photos is color, this and this, and even the food. And For me, when I was thinking about this concept, I was constantly thinking about color. Like we could not have color.
Yeah.
That it would be rustic with like texture, but then there would be color that was layered in. The only thing that throws me is that she constantly says, muted.
Yeah.
Muted. I want this to be brown. Wood on wood on wood. Not really any color. That's really cute.
Yeah. You really like that idea.
Let's definitely keep that one.
I know it's colorful, but
It does feel very authentic.
yeah, exactly. Because I like the posters, like the board, the guys like eating like casual. So I really like this.
I even like that there's like colored furniture.
Did you get those beads on your trip?
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Is it little
That's-
dragon or?
Yeah, I customized this and put these ones in here. And this is like, if you smell it, it almost smells like cinnamon. It's called agar wood.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it gets that smell because it gets, when a tree, it's like an agar tree gets infected, and then the sap is what causes it to like discolor and then have this like scent.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Beautiful.
I do like this a lot as the floor. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one. I don't like this one though. I'm gonna take this one out. Do you like this one?
We love it. But there's
You do? What do you love about it?
I like the idea of this looks like corrugated metal behind.
Yeah.
I like just like some
I do
random-
like that.
I just like the mixed up aspect of it.
I see what you mean when you say you like the cabinet. It does kind of have like this vibe. So where are we with the space plan? How did that go?
We've got some space plans to look at. The new building code. Anywhere that a person in a wheelchair would have to go needs a 5-foot wide path of travel. Which means if we put the washroom in the back, there needs to be a 5-foot clear path of travel
Crazy.
through the whole restaurant.
Right.
So this was the plan that I came up with. I mean, it's all very similar to,
What we've been talking about.
yeah. And then I put the communal table at the front and then the 4 tops, 2 tops down the back to be able to see through to the kitchen. And it's 44 seats.
Which is what they want.
A space one, Econ River is in 6 different countries, so that's the reason that I
Crazy.
find the space plan in 6 different areas.
So you'd have like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
These 2 areas are more street market. Here is more restaurant, and here is like communal table.
It's worth drafting a schematic plan and presenting both. Like,
For discussion?
for discussion, totally. Like I think the argument for that one is that we're not moving the washroom. Some areas for development I think would be sight lines and stuff like that, but that would all be massaged when we really get into concept anyways and like deeper space planning. I really like the idea of this too, in that this is what you see everywhere in Vietnam, everywhere. Like you actually see this more than you see this. You don't, the only time you see this is when you go to a cafe or a restaurant that's kind of westernized.
Yeah, and that costs lots of money.
Right? I think too, if we were to develop this idea, I don't think they would be as low.
They couldn't be.
I think they would be, yeah, I think they would be probably regular heights too. We would do a play on this. You guys ask me about my skincare and my beauty regimes all the time. I post a lot about Di Morelli, a skincare line that I use, and I am going over to the clinic right now. I'm gonna go and get a facial, and you guys are coming with me. So all my makeup is off except for my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. PRP microneedling.
Yeah.
So this is like one level deeper than a regular Microneedling, yeah, which I've done, but PRP I've never done.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be good. It heals a lot faster because we're using your own blood.
Okay.
So Dr. Mao will be coming.
Very
in.
weird. Using my own
you
blood.
guys can-
So this is the extra strong numbing.
Numbing.
Good. You can feel it tingle almost right away.
Right, yeah. This will stay on for about 45 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I'll get some work done.
I'm gonna get.
Okay, here we are again.
Here we are again. Can I just introduce you to my YouTube channel? Because this is Dr. Morel, and you are the man behind all of this and behind all the D. Morelli product that I have been using.
Perfect. You're looking so good.
Yes. Today we're doing a PRP microneedling facial. Can you just explain to the audience really quickly what that means? Because I don't know. I know it as the vampire facial.
So PRP is a situation where we take Karen's blood, we spin it down, we get the top part of the blood, which is clear. In there are platelet-rich plasma, contains all the growth factors. And we take those, put it on her skin and microneedle it into her skin. It's like getting a super boost of your own growth factors, stimulating your collagen to look healthier and brighter and more reflective. And it lasts for quite a long time, so we'll have a chance to look at this in the next few weeks, what it looks like.
Amazing.
Does that sound good?
That sounds awesome. That sounds great. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is having my blood taken because I get really queasy.
You're going to be totally fine.
At least I'm lying down.
Let's put on that loud music, right?
Yeah, totally.
Take this.
I'm just gonna do my deep yoga breaths while you do this.
Yeah, that's perfect. And so, 7, 8, power it on.
I will say that I've never had my blood taken with a bunch of people filming before.
You're going to feel a little
Okay.
tense right now. Pinch. Okay.
Keep my fist closed.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I barely even felt that at all. That was good.
I haven't put it in yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've done it.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
almost done. That's mean. I know.
That was mean.
That was totally
That was so mean.
I would not have done it if it wasn't you. Right, ready?
Yeah.
You good there? Okay, let's go like this. It's all done.
Oh, that was painless.
Perfect.
That was painless. I have more
Another
tingling on my
success.
face than I do in my arm, so that was good.
It's a lot of blood, Karin.
Is it? I get so queasy. So how long does that go in there for?
8 minutes.
8 minutes, okay. Find that they notice a difference with PRP versus like a regular microneedling?
It's the healing is the number one, I would say. That they say that after leaving here, like within a few hours, you feel like nothing really happened.
Right.
The redness kind of subsides, and the glow is there, but also they feel a bit more tightening right away.
And are you going deeper with the PRP or same?
No, same.
Same.
So we're exactly using the same pen that we would with HA. We're just infusing a different serum.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can, it just feels, yeah, tingly. Tingly, but not painful. It's a weird sensation. It's almost like your face just goes, and then it just feels like it's very tight.
And then typically we don't wipe. We keep the serum on, and you can keep it on for like the rest of the day, I would say even. And then tonight you can just rinse your face with warm water,
Okay.
and then you can apply hydrating gel or even the vitamin C. I'm gonna put some on now just to make the skin feel a little bit better because I
Yeah.
know it's super tight.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Some people don't notice any. They're just, their skin heals and nothing really. Some people do have a little bit of peeling
Yeah.
before their skin bounces back to normal.
So how many times can you do this in a year?
Typically, you could do this treatment once a month, but normally we just recommend a series of 3, and then you can maintain every 6 months to a year with just
Right.
one treatment.
Very glowy, very tingly. I'm pleasantly surprised because I honestly thought that with putting, like, slathering part of your blood all over your face, I really thought that it was gonna kind of like smell weird and be really bloody, but it didn't smell at all. I still think it's just such a weird concept to be putting part of your own blood on your face, but I'm really excited. I'm sure it's gonna look great after. Only a little bit red. Only a little bit. Well, Paris, thank you so much. This is great. I'm excited, and it's like the perfect time to do it with winter coming, and I feel like I look so red, so it's funny to me that you guys are like, oh, you're not even red at all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy that I don't have any meetings this afternoon, so I can go straight home, which is great. Last time this happened to me, I had to go back to the office for a meeting, and it was a little awkward. And I don't know, I guess this is something that as you start getting older, you start thinking about the quality of your skin and the way that you look, and you know, your appearance, and you're aware of your aging. So yeah, I'm taking care of my skin. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.